So surrender kati amcha ketwe.
Only Goma material white flag. Ba utlwile ba fana ba patama.
We all know we are not fools. We know if you hoist a white flag, you do surrender. Yes, you do surrender. It's in a war. You cannot raise a white flag just to say, oh, we are here. Or come fetch your weapons here, as has been said. It is a token of surrender. It brings us to the point that we ask, are our soldiers effectively and efficiently armed for the type of combat that they are involved? Then the answer is no. If the answer is yes, 14 of our guys would not have died.
Now, the most contentious one that I want to try and respond honestly, after listening to what the force commander had said. What the minister indicated is that there had been exchange of fire from between DRC and Rwanda. That exchange of fire was said to have been initiated by the forces that had been in the base, that is at Goma Airport, the FRDC elements. These are not the elements that were deployed outside the base. They were deployed just in the base, but they had never utilized that. And when they utilized that multiple rocket launcher towards Rwanda, the Rwandese responded. And Minister is right, because the first report that I've given to the Minister is that we're under fire. We're being fired at, because that is when the shells were landing on my base. The first thing that the commander said is, say, contact. I said, what is happening? He said, we're getting fired from Rwanda. Later on, after a few minutes, is then that the minister had reported that we then realized that this is just an exchange of fire between the two. It is not purely that we are being targeted by Rwanda at that particular moment. So I just wanted to also spell out that when that was picked up, communication is something that is very, very important in war fighting. Then there was communication that ended up now with those who are firing on the other side to say, hey, you're firing at us. What is wrong? Then we were told, no, we are not firing at you. And then the commander had decided to say, for them to be able to see the parameters of our bases, that this is not FRDC. Then the commander, he could have used pink, he could have used purple, he could have used any color, but with the mist and the nature of what is happening, maybe red could have been far better for that case. But in the fog of war, anything that is in your immediate vicinity that will help to meet the objective. The objective was met by the commander taking that flag. All throughout the history of warfare, white flag had been associated with surrender. But in this case, the explanation of the commander had been satisfactory. And I said, what happened thereafter? He said the fire had ceased to fall onto the positions of my troops. Now, I said, if that is the case, it means you have achieved the objective. Even if you had used any other color, you could have achieved it. But in future, you must avoid the use of a color. But, well, next time we will...
General, you're speaking through me.
Thank you.
Continue.
Thank you, Chair. We have tried to respond to the current situation and the disposition of M23, as well as why I had been mentioning Rwanda. I want to put this in context, Honorable Chair and members. What I said is not that we were between FRDC and M23. I was referring to the incident that happened at Goma Airport, where FRDC fired across the border into Rwanda. That is when I mentioned Rwanda as a country. Secondly, I said Rwanda responded to their fire, because if you are fired at, in whatever way, the fire was coming over our base, because indirect fire does not go straight. So you are between the forces that are firing and those that are being fired at. And that is what I meant when I said we found ourselves now between the fire of FRDC, which is the DRC forces, and Rwandan forces, which is RDF. That is the clarity that I wanted to make on that matter.